So I made $17,669.75 in 1 month before my 18th birthday, and today I'm gonna show you how I did it. Now, as you might have guessed, I'm not 17 anymore, I'm not 18 either. This took place several years ago, but this is how I got my start, and the same principles are still earning me money now, and you can do the same. I'm now well over the $500,000 mark for dollars earned online. But let's dive into the numbers. Also, it's a little crazy. I've watched a ton of YouTube videos on how to make money online and haven't seen anyone who's done the same thing as me. So this should be brand new information. And also, I'm not selling a course. Sorry. All right, so I'm just setting the date range here. We're going May 7th to June 7th. And here you go. You can see my biggest days, $3,000, $2,000. And for the record, this is completely passive money. I remember this first day here, I had an AP test at school in the morning and I couldn't check my phone until almost noon. And when I finally did, I had made $1,800 already. Crazy stuff. But not all days were like that, but you can see for the month as a total, I made $17,669.75. I made a lot more money this summer too, and probably in total 2 hours of work. So how did I do it? I'll explain how I made every cent in just a second, but first I just wanted to say, I used to watch these videos just like this one growing up and think, oh, that's so cool, but that could never be me. And you see someone making money, you just think, hey, they must have had some special skill or circumstance, but I'm incapable. But by actually achieving this, I realized a couple things. First, it's all mindset. If you tell yourself you can't do that, your mindset is what's literally killing you. You're subconsciously making failure the goal. I know it's cringy, but you have to believe you can. I didn't have anything special that got me here. The second thing is that earning money like this is possible for anyone if they put in the time. If you lock yourself in a room for a few months and hitting 10K a month is your one focus, there's no way you won't hit it. The problem is most people will never fully dedicate themselves. They think about it on the side, they go on living lives with friends, video games, social media as their main focus. You have to really want it. When you look around and see that 99% of people don't have results like this and think, oh, it must be impossible. Yeah, I bet you're right. But I bet 99% of them didn't fully dedicate themselves towards it and locked themselves in the grind for months. And when you look at the people who did, I bet you find that the majority of them have the results. It's all about action. I think the shift is what most people struggle with. The shift of getting out of their comfort zone, going from instant gratification to delayed gratification. See, addiction and discipline are essentially the same thing. Addiction is addiction to pulling in those short-term pleasures that pull you out, and discipline is addiction to those long-term results that take longer to get and feel, but once you get through to them, you realize how much better they are. I'm getting a little off topic here, so let's get back to how I did this. Let me back it up a bit. I started making money online at a very young age. I started a music blog when I was 11, and originally it was just for fun. I loved music and thought it was cool to have my own website sharing my opinions on my favorite songs. But over time, I started to really love the page views. I started really watching my page views go up, and I started wanting to promote my site out to the world to raise those numbers and get more eyes on my work. And so to do that, I started learning things like SEO and social media marketing. And this led to a lot of bands seeing my blog and asking me to review their music. In the music industry, getting press is very important. No matter if it's a small publication or not, it's good for their name to be out there. So the number of views really didn't matter to them. They just wanted to be able to have an article they could reference. And I realized pretty quickly that I could start charging for a review. Bands needed press, and I was happy to get $25 and eventually $50 for a review as a 12-year-old. And about every other week, a new request would come in, and at $12 was just good money. And I'm also literally about to reveal everything I do, so if you want to hear more of that, subscribe. I soon discovered that I could take those same skills that I learned how to promote my business with and freelance them. So I started offering SEO and Instagram services to other entrepreneurs through a site kind of like Fiverr called SEO Clerks. And I continued to make a good $50 a week for a while. And through this, I got pretty dang good at the Instagram marketing. Again, it's literally just from lots of time working and getting better. And so while doing the marketing one day, I got a DM from some guy who was like, hey, you know, instead of getting paid to help people promote, you can make a lot more money promoting your own offers. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he introduced me to the world of CPA marketing. Basically, he would promote an offer like get free Clash of Clans gems and send people to an offer wall full of apps and surveys in order to continue. And the app developers would pay him about $1 for every download he got, which was sometimes up to $100 a day. And of course, the person completing the offers would never actually get any Clash of Clans gems. I thought it looked interesting, but I had a good thing going on with my business and I didn't want to be involved with something so scammy. But the concept stuck in the back of my head for a while. And one day I had the thought, what if I actually had something of value behind the offer wall rather than just scamming people? Something they actually wanted so that they'd come back and back again, complete more offers, and tell their friends and share it with the world. For instance, I could give someone a reward worth 20 cents for downloading an app and keep the other 80 cents I got paid. I came up with some concepts, built out some web pages, and started driving the traffic, and it actually did decently well. There were some days where I was making over $100, and I ended up making a good bit of money. But fast forwarding to May 2019, the app YOLO had just come out for Snapchat, where users could ask anonymous questions on their story. And the number one question people were asking across the internet is, how do I reveal who sent the message? And I figured out a little way to do it. Nothing too crazy, and nothing some others hadn't figured out as well. But I made some easy instructions to follow, put it behind an offer wall, and made a YouTube video about it, and posted. And that video blew up. By the end of the month, it had over 250,000 views and thousands of dollars pouring in. Absolutely crazy reception. And this led to $17,669 $69 on the month. All right, I'm just gonna take a second and expand these dates out across the whole summer right here. So we're gonna go May 7th through July 31st. We'll see for a total of that, which is May, June, July. So a little bit less than 3 months. We got $33,859.97. And again, this is all from that one video I posted that maybe took me less than 2 hours. Again, maybe a minute or two of maintenance a day, but it's 2 hours of work basically for $33,859. And so what is that an hour? That's like over $16,000 an hour if you divide it out by then. And that's leverage that was built up. This number would not have been possible if I hadn't invested all those times learning those skills like originally. The thing about it is when you're originally learning a skill, like making money online, you aren't going to make money. That first 100 hours you put in, maybe even that first 1,000 hours, you're making nothing. It's only when you start building leverage and those skills compound where later down the line, you can make numbers like this that make up for all of that. It's all about just seeing through to the vision to where you can get. Again, I made my first dollar online when I was 12. I was making less than $100 a month the first few years on there. It wasn't until I really learned these skills and leverage and really sat down, dedicated myself to the grind, learned the skills, learned the Instagram marketing that I was able to do numbers like this. And again, you can see the dates, like a big day right here, 3,000, 2,000. And again, as we even get deeper in there, we're still doing 470, 430, 420 on for months. And I can extend these numbers out even further, but the main point is this is only possible because I dedicated it down and saw to it. But again, this right here, 2 hours of work, almost 34,000. Now, I don't still make money with CPA marketing, but I've had a whole host of other ventures I've gone on to launch and do over $500,000 in online sales. Because that's the thing about it. Through this venture and the ones before it, I was learning such powerful skills on online marketing, connecting with buyers, running an online business that it didn't matter if the opportunity dried up. I still had the skills to funnel into the next thing. The blog opportunity might have disappeared, but I was able to use those skills to segue into freelancing what I learned. The freelancing opportunity might have dried up, but I was able to use those skills to segue into CPA marketing. The CPA marketing opportunity might have dried up, but I was able to use those skills to segue into e-commerce and beyond. When I say dried up, none of these opportunities actually dried up. I was just able to move on to bigger opportunities down the line. I see so many different ways to make money talked about online, and so many people who are stuck and don't know which one to start on because of all this information. They're just stuck in analysis paralysis. But the most important part is that you just start somewhere. It doesn't matter which one you pick. Literally, just pick anything, dedicate yourself to it until you start earning. Fall in love with the results, and if there are better opportunities down the line, it is literally just a segue into the next. If you have all the skills for online business and know how to dive into something, you're ready for when that thing comes up, rather than still being stuck at zero. I've been making money online now for almost 12 years, and all it took was me taking the jump to get started. I'll be sharing a lot more on this channel. Like and subscribe to hear more of it.